Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Lucas Ariboni. I'm international recruiter located in Brazil, São Paulo, Brazil. I had the opportunity to study abroad, more specifically in the US, where I pursued my graduation, undergrad level. I graduated double major international business and marketing, and I've been developing a service, a mentoring service here in Brazil, trying to help more students to achieve this dream to study in an international university. It doesn't matter if it's in Europe, UK, Canada, US, and I've been receiving a lot of demand from students and parents trying to understand more about the European system of education, more specifically some countries that can offer a public universities, which means no charge of tuition or that offers a symbolic charge in order, to help in terms of financial, with more flexibility in terms of requirements and so on. So in order to do that, I invite my great friend, Rosana Ortega. She's a specialist in the Austrian educational system, and she's going to talk a little bit about the higher education, how it works, the requirements, the cost of living, the cost of tuition, what's the advice to get there. So with no more delays, Rosana, once again, it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be with you and be able to talk about the advantage of living and studying in Austria.
That's fantastic. I think the first question that everybody might be wondering is why Austria as a destination for undergrad or master programs?
Yeah, Austria, as we know, it's considered one of the richest countries in the world. So there is a great infrastructure, the economy is very stable, there is social security, and also great job opportunities. Vienna, which is the capital of Austria, was elected for 10 consecutive years as the best city in the world to live in. So analyzing all this information, we can have an idea that the quality of life in Austria is excellent.
Fantastic. And if you could please just explain us how's the structure of the universities. For example, here in Brazil, we have private and public institutions where public universities, there's no cost of tuition or cost of attendance, but the private, there's a big vary depending of the ranking of the university. So you have cheap universities and universities that are really costly. Please tell us how it works in Austria, what's the advantage, how is the level of the education over there? If you could kind of give us an overview about that, that would be great.
Yeah, so nowadays there are 73 universities in Austria divided by public universities, private universities of applied sciences, university colleges for teacher education. In total, there are 22 public universities. And the great advantage of a public university in Austria is that there is free education, even for international students. So there is no cost for Austrian students, European students, and for international students from other countries. They pay a very small fee of 727 euros per semester. So that means around 1,500 euros per year. So that amount is very low compared to other universities in UK, in US, or even in the student's home country. So as we know, the official language in Austria is German. So most of the degrees are available in German, but as most of the people in Austria also speak English fluently, they can also take some degrees. So there are a few options of degrees in English as well, even for international students. So there is a great advantage of studying in public universities in Austria.
That's just great. So just, so everyone have that clear. For example, if you're talking about, a student from US or Canada or South America, they would be considered international student if they don't have the double citizenship or European citizenship. And you can assume they're going to pay around, 150 to 200 euros per month. just an estimate of the cost of attendance for public universities over there, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
That's so cheap. That's fantastic.
Very cheap.
Very good. So in terms of requirements, what's the challenge or the facilities that we have in order for the students to get admitted? And on top of that, on your professional opinion, what would be the best path, the best way for students to be admitted and have like a very successful experience in Austria as a student?
Yeah, so in order to have access to those universities, there are some entry requirements, but most of the degrees don't require any entrance examination. So I can say 95% of the degrees don't require the entry examination, except medicine. There is a specific program for medicine. So, students should have the certificate from high school, from their home countries, and have a proficiency in German or English, depending on the program they're going to take. And as an advice, I think, for international students to have a simple access to those universities, they should take the foundation program. So the foundation program is a combination of academic subjects with language learning if they don't have the proper language level to enter directly in the universities. So there is an institution called SALS Academy that was founded in 2001, and during all these years have been helping students to have access to those public universities. So they give all the necessary support in the admission process in those public universities. And they also help with visa, residence permit for students, with the whole process. So it's very important that they do the foundation program to adapt themselves to the new culture, the new country, the new academic requirements that it's totally different from their home countries. So the foundation programs are the best way for them to enter and have access to those universities.
Fantastic. You said it all. That's my belief and my view as well. I think as an international student that graduated from US, I think, this moment of adaptation and preparation to better adapt and to better observe the knowledge that's going to be given from the programs, it's essential. And this prep course or the foundation course, they can have a length from 2 to 5, 8 months, so it's not that much. And the way that I pass that to my students that I mentor, do not consider that as an additional time, but a time that it's part of your experience, it's part of your education, because your success on the country, most of that depending of the first months in the country as soon as you get there. So that's a great tip. It's fantastic. I'd like to thank you. And in order for us to finish the video, just tell us a little bit about how it's the employability for international students in the country. Does the student, do the student be able to work while he studies part-time, full-time? Can he be like, a couple months or a year later after graduation to have a professional experience? How that works, please?
Yeah, students can work part-time during their studies in the university. So once they get the conditional offer letter from the university, they can apply right away for the residence permit for students. So once they get the residence permit, they can study for their entire program in the university, around 3-4 years, depending on the program, and they can work during that time. So during the studies, they can work up to 20 hours a week, and during the holidays, they can work full-time, 40 hours a week. And once they finish the degree program, once they graduate, they can still apply for a job in Austria. They can have a work permit for up to a year to find a job, a sponsor, in Austria, so they can still work there after graduation. So there are only great advantages.
Fantastic, fantastic. Free education, rich country, developed country, great infrastructure, very simple entry requirements. I mean, it have it all. So I'd like to thank you, Rosana, once again for your time, your knowledge, and for you that was watching us. I would like to put myself available. In the next slide is going to be my email and my phone number, my WhatsApp number. So please be free to contact me, to reach me. I will be more than available to answer and to talk about Austria and how incredible this opportunity can be for you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rosana.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.